Welcome back to Bold of You to Say. We're back with another episode. We got a guest today, our friend Ian. Say hi, Ian.
Hello.
Hi, Ian.
It's an honor to be here, sirs.
So in this episode, we talked a bit about Cyberpunk, that game that
May come out.
I don't keep up with it a lot. If I heard correctly, it came out recently, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that indie game that no one knows it very much about.
Totally released already.
Yeah.
Talked a bit about augmentation, like cybernetics and stuff like that. Then we talked a bit about Star Wars because we are unofficially a Star Wars podcast.
Of course.
And then I ran on a rant about bugs.
Yep, and then we talked about bugs and birds for some reason.
Because
fucking kiwi birds are the best.
Bugs are great, and anyone who disagrees is an alien. Or just a bug that has, like, self-esteem issues.
Remember to like, subscribe, comment, you know the drill. There are timestamps down below in the description so you can skip to whatever topic you'd like. Now, on with the show.
I'm so happy the guy that won is just probably gonna die very soon.
But then we get Kamala Harris, who everyone pretends is like the second coming of Martin Luther King.
It's because she's woman and black.
And
however,
Indian.
she did arrest 100 people.
She kept an innocent man in jail just so she doesn't look bad as a prosecutor.
Yeah.
She also laughed out loud at the idea of legalizing marijuana.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Seems kind of cringe.
Yeah, that's kind of cringe, though.
Kind of cringe.
I never thought I'd be cheering for a rapist. How about your president? No, fuck off. I saw a video titled Oblivion Dialogue, but it's with Joe Biden, and it's, you remember that news video of the kids like, when there's something when you dream and the things.
Did you ever have a dream that you could do anything?
Yeah.
And he starts crying. It's basically what it was.
I didn't know he starts crying. That's even worse.
That's what makes it better.
I thought it was just a kid, you just talking, stumbling on his words, and then they cut it. I didn't know that he just starts crying at the end. Feels so bad. Absolutely tragic. The next Greek tragedy.
The biggest tragedy of 2020 is that Bernie wasn't the one I could vote for.
Listen, guys, no, for real though, if Bernie got elected, the first thing he'd say is Kung Pao penis, like in all those political comics that you see.
Yes. Be like, Kung Pao penis. And then the rainbow would rise over the horizon and kill all the good Christians. Literally
every Republican would burn to ash as soon as they heard the words Kung Pao penis.
I told him the other day that I can get behind socialism. He's like, what the fuck? Like freaking out about it.
Yeah, he doesn't really research his opinions. He does whatever he thinks will be like the most offensive. Because he's one of those people that thinks that offensive equals funny.
Yeah.
Offensive funny, haha.
Offensive stuff is hilarious, but at the same time, if you get offended by it, then that means that you just didn't get the joke.
Oh yeah, there's a picture I saw where it was like stickmen, and there's like one holding a picture of a decapitated head. It's like, haha, dark humor is hilarious, right? But you wouldn't get it because you're such a sensitive baby. You could say I'm pretty hardcore, right? Haha, funny death joke, haha.
Remember when ISIS beheadings were like all over Instagram for like a year?
I like that in the news recently. There's like people, like there's like police officers and shit. I know there's a police chief who lost his job because he like said on Twitter that they should execute the Democrats because they want to destroy the country.
Yep. These are the people we should have as our police force.
Did you see the video of a bunch of NYPD people like crying after Trump lost?
It's literally it's just 2016, just reversed. There's people there's going to be videos of people crying because Trump lost. There's going to be lawsuits and stuff trying to get it because their person lost.
Everyone's already blaming Russia.
Like it's Like seriously, like the Republicans and the Democrats want to say they're better than one another, but in reality, they're exactly the same.
I have a bold topic now, and it's not about the coin I accidentally swallowed.
Damn, that's a
good.
I don't know,
my
man.
Bold topic is also rich in iron.
Oh boy.
Fucking no matter what happens, every election will always be the same, and will always have the same exact outcome every time.
Mm-hmm.
Every election, what happens is two guys go, they get like tie votes in a lot of places, and it comes down to the wire. One of them wins. The other side blames it on Russia. They have riots in the streets. A year later, everyone's okay. And then they vote again the next election cycle.
Like, what's
you know what? First of all, I have to say, I thought we were going to be doing a fun episode. All right, so we get to talk about the election, but I am going to set a 5-minute timer. Okay.
Okay.
We have 5 minutes to talk about any election related stuff, and then we are going to move on to the stuff that we had written down. All right.
Allow me
5 minutes starting now.
Okay. The politics cringe. There we go. I spoke for the entirety of the human race.
My thoughts on it is same shit as always.
Same shit, different shitter.
Now,
same
Jared,
shit,
I agree.
Assholes.
I agree with what you said to a degree. It will always be like that. As long as we keep getting, like, you know, Nazi light Republicans and corporate Democrats running against each other.
And that's what we're gonna get, Alex. We're at that part where it's just stagnated.
God, this wouldn't have happened if my boy Kanye actually won the election.
I saw a meme.
Everything would have been great if it would have been so much better if Kanye was just allowed to be on the ballot, but they're just too threatened by his anti-establishment ideas. Like,
I saw a joke
Jesus.
that said, oh my God.
Jesus, get that shit out of here.
Literally his entire platform is just, bro, we need God. We need God and Jesus Christ.
So far from what I've seen, like, listen, I personally, I don't give a shit, to be honest. I mean, I do to an extent, but like, whatever. People voted, that's what happened. But like, the stuff with Biden, at least right now, it's very like, we got to band together. I want to make sure that all the votes are counted, all that jazz. And then like everything Trump's been like is like, I won. Fuck you, crusty old man. I won the election. Fuck you.
Yeah. Are you surprised that he would throw a hissy fit though? That's the only thing that's different from every other year. Is that the other president, Kennedy, is throwing a bitch fit.
Listen, I think that if Trump, if all this stuff happens where like, Biden's elected and then if he dies or whatever, and then Kamala, whatever, and if they actually pick another person to run as a Republican, like, person in the next election, I'm really, really hoping that we actually get some competent people coming along to help, like, govern the United States, because these crusty old men, these crusty old people, I'm sick of them being in positions of power. Where's my baby president? Where's my boss baby president?
Look, judging by the last few elections, like having like, Obama versus like John McCain and then Obama versus Mitt Romney, then having that progress to Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump, and then Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. Like, with the trajectory that it's going, I'm assuming next election will just be Tucker Carlson versus the ghost of Adolf Hitler.
Please. I'm voting third party, who's the reanimated corpse of the Dalai Lama.
No, Ian, don't you understand? We can't vote third party in this election. It's the most important election in the history of forever.
Oh, yeah.
It was the most important election, last election, and the election before that. And the next one will be the most important, and the one after that. And it will go on like that until the world is consumed by the sun.
Y'all want to know my deep, dark secret about this election?
You're Obama.
I voted for myself.
No way.
Did you actually?
Oh,
yes.
my God. I would. Okay.
That's pretty. That's a Pogger moment.
Listen, if you were a real political party, I would vote for you. I would vote for you. Just like those idiots who voted Kanye, I would vote for you.
Now, speaking about idiots voting for Kanye, I saw
if it's anything like Snow Coming, though, he will be the figurehead and I will be the man behind the shadows. Pulling all the strings and running everything. I'll be like the Emperor Palpatine to his Darth Vader.
What will happen is Jared will be top dog. He'll be talking to all the rallies, but then Alex will be all sneaky samurai and like shank the shit out of anyone that says otherwise.
I'll be like the Dick Cheney to his Bush. He's gonna be like, Jared's gonna be giving a speech, and I'll be standing like behind him and like to the side a little bit, and like every time you see him talk, you'll see me like mouthing along.
Oh my god, it's that it's that game Get Down, Mr. President, that came out like in 2016 when Trump was elected, where you play it's called Get Down, Mr. President. You play as a bodyguard and you have to like run in front of bullets so
I think I've
the
seen
president
this.
It's where President Trump doesn't get shot by a sniper. It's hilarious. Alex is just gonna run in and ragdoll in front of Jared and then just take a bullet and he's just gonna flop around.
And I'm gonna lean in the microphone and be like, "Missed me," and everyone's gonna clap.
And then literally like, everyone in the crowd's gonna pull out a gun.
And then Ronald Reagan's gonna come from the ground. There's the timer. And be like, "Joke stealer!"
The timer has gone off. We're no longer allowed to talk about the election.
All right, let's talk about my erection. So I accidentally swallowed a quarter.
Damn, dude.
I'm joking. That's not true.
Damn.
I don't eat coins.
You absorb them through your skin.
Yeah.
So, Ian, do you want to start off with your thing?
Certainly, Alex. I would love to talk about my topic on today's podcast, sponsored by League of Legends. Anyways.
We're not actually sponsored by League of Legends. I think we have to legally say that or else they can sue us. I don't know.
Just kidding.
We're actually sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh, shit, dog! Anyways, now, hey guys, have you heard of a little indie game? I don't know if you guys would have heard about it before, but it's a little indie game called Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh yeah, last I checked, that was supposed to release, a week ago?
Yeah, they confirmed it and everything, said it was all ready to go and shit,
And they said they were never going to delay it. It was for sure going to come out
hours
on
later,
the day that they said.
It.
Now, my topic today, boys, isn't about the horrific tale of 2077 and how it's going to probably suck and not going to meet everyone's expectations. It's about the idea...
The year or the game?
Both.
Because you could say that about any year.
Yeah, literally, yeah, both. No, I'm talking about both. Anyways, but I'm talking today about how the idea of body augmentations, like in Cyberpunk, being the next step of human evolution, and if that's really the next step.
I think it is, but for the worst.
Dick with a proton laser.
So, now, boys, let's be honest here. If I had the chance to cut off my arm and replace it with a sick-ass robot arm that had literal lasers and a vibrating function to please my partner, I think I'd go for it. But to be honest, it might not be as wonderful as the video games make it out to be.
Now, I think you're showing a very limited imagination.
Yeah, only an arm.
I wouldn't chop off my arm and replace it with a robot arm. I would just add robot arms.
Now, you see, that's not even that imaginative.
I would be like Spider-Man that time that he malfunctioned and became an actual spider.
That makes sense. That's a good point there, Alex. You bring up a good point.
You guys are talking in the sense that you're still going to be human after the operations are done. You fools.
You know what, Jared?
Fools.
Jared, you bring up a good point, because one of my points about this idea of body augmentation leads into an example from a little indie show called Futurama that's totally still around and totally still relevant.
You talking about the episode where Hermes turns himself into a god robot?
Why, yes, I am. There is the episode in Futurama called The $6 Million Man. The idea of the episode is that Hermes Conrad, at his
He has
work,
an accident at work and he gets a robotic replacement. I think his hand gets cut off or something.
No,
right?
no. Nope. What happens is he does a performance report at his job. He finds out that he's the one who's performing the worst at the job because he keeps making performance reports, and he gets replaced by a robot. And then he realizes that if he wants to truly become better in his field, he should become robotic as well. So little by little, he decides to cut off body parts and go to a shady back alley dealer and get robot parts. Eventually, though, it starts to overcome him, and he realizes that if he truly wants to be perfect, he's got to get rid of everything that's robotic or everything that's human about him. And
including
that goes,
his brain.
Yep. And after a funny solo from my boy Zoidberg, he fully becomes a robot. But at the same time, he by using all the spare body parts that Zoidberg has saved, Hermes was able to come back, and he realized the fault of that. So
he rebuilt Hermes as a grotesque Frankenstein monster.
The fault is that he was human to begin with.
And also, Roberto, the murder robot from season 5, comes back at that point just to die again immediately.
Yep, takes over
that
the
poor
robot
fucker
body.
has like no good he never gets his stay in the spotlight like everyone else does.
Listen, man, he was there for a while, but he had a good run. I mean, literally, he said he killed people with a sock. So, gotta understand, that's pretty hardcore.
My boy Roberto was done bad too.
But anyways, the $1 Million Man is a good example of, though body modification might be pretty spicy, especially in the sexual department, wink wink, it obviously can be shown that it could be taken too far.
So we did write down
I don't think it was taken far enough.
Yes.
So do you want to go through those bullet points?
I would like to go through those bullet points, Alex. All right. For my first pro, I think about body augmentation, it's pretty cool. Cool as frick.
Yep.
Now, a con, though.
The virgin human versus the Chad android.
Exactly. So
I saw iRobot. I know what's more superior.
But so the idea of body augmentation
Jared,
is
stop
cool.
eating chips.
But the problem, but see, the thing is though, most of the time, a lot of that stuff is extremely very. There's like little bits and pieces here and there that are very important, and you can't fuck with it, or the entire product just does not work. So a con for augmentation is that more than likely, if you're going to go in to go get augmentation for whatever, damn, I need a robo nose to smell like a dog, you can't really mod it yourself. You gotta pay like probably thousands of dollars just to get things tweaked a little bit to your liking.
Yeah, and that kind of leads into the next con. Predatory tech support is even more dangerous. Like we see now with like phone repair, how if you own an iPhone and you need to get the screen replaced, like it's a little bit better now, but it used to be that you would have to go to a official Apple repair shop, or else it would like void your warranty, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But now I guess it's easier to replace the screen. But anything else, if you get like water damage or anything that's more like internal, I guess, you basically have to go to the Apple store and just get it replaced.
Yep. It's
so like imagine that, but with one of your body parts.
Yeah, it's just like, man, my Apple brand foot it's acting up. I can't just go to any like regular store. I got to make sure to go to the Apple brand store to get my foot fixed so it actually works and I can wear some sick ass future Jordans.
Yeah, and like I've seen a lot of videos kind of like exposing these like predatory tech support services where you pay them a bunch of money just for them to like use a can of compressed air to blow out some dust in your computer. Then they charge you a bunch of money, or they like charge you like $100 in labor costs for like putting in a stick of RAM. Now imagine that, but with like fixing a broken arm. Like at least as horrible as the as our health system is, at least there's some level of like regulation. Like if you go to the hospital, you know that you're going to be getting proper care.
Yeah.
And you know that they're, I guess you're less likely to get scammed. You can still get scammed by hospitals, but
oh yeah, happens all the time to innocent people who don't know anything really about themselves, For that it doesn't. I didn't have a bullet point for it, but that actually is like a good point about the healthcare system sort of deal. When it like look at it nowadays, like people who have like arms bitten off by sharks or like legs getting taken off like in the war or something. We got some basic like body augments with like prosthetics and such, but who knows in the future they might come up with like nerve endings that like kind of go in with the technology to your stuff so you're able to properly move it. Like
that kind of already exists. They've been working on it with the current with one of the current prototype prosthetics. I followed this stuff for a while because I got super into the idea of manufacturing prosthetics, but one of the, I forget which company it is, but they were working on it with this guy who volunteered for it, where they had like I forget what they did, but they fucking connected his nerves with like technology and shit, so he could like move this arm. Like they're working on it still. It's not perfect, but it basically works based on what his like thoughts are. Yeah,
I think we mentioned it on the show after Facebook Connect. How
time ago, I think.
I think at Facebook Connect they mentioned like they've been doing either they're like some lab that they're funding is doing research into like interpreting brain waves, I guess. They got it to a point where you can move an entire hand in virtual space.
Ooh, that's interesting.
So they just have to like they have to, I guess, get the mechanics of it to a point where that can actually be useful day to day.
Oh god, I just realized if they do that, they're gonna be scanning my brain so they can get their ad shit.
Oh god.
Actually, the way that
see what they're gonna send me.
Actually, the way that it works, if I'm thinking of the same thing, it's a thing that you put on your arm, and it can like feel the muscle movements in your arm. So like even if you don't have a hand, you can like flex your muscles in such a way that it would be like moving a finger, and it interprets that as like moving this virtual finger.
Yeah, no, the one I'm talking about isn't like that. That sounds much more pleasant than what they did to this guy.
Is it like a thing that they actually put like on your head?
No. What they did, like it's not a thing to do with his head. They literally connected technology to nerve endings so they could like use his brain's responses to it. So when he's not wearing the arm, he just has this giant iron rod sticking out of his like deformed flesh stump.
Oh god.
Yeah. It's not nice looking.
Doesn't seem very appealing to me.
Well, it's not appealing.
No, that's
it's science. It's a prototype.
That's a con that I had written down. How like it's a harder upgrade path with body augmentations. Like how every year they come out with like the new iPhone, and a lot of people go buy it, and the idea is that every year technology gets better. Now in practice, the current iPhone is just last year's iPhone with flat edges. But with augmentations, it looks like with the way it's going, it'll just be getting better every year. So if you're like an early adopter, or if you just if you get any kind of augmentation, whether it's a prosthetic arm or like some like brain implant, whatever, to replace your phone, it's going to be harder to upgrade that, because it's a lot easier to buy a new phone than it is to buy a new brain chip.
Yeah.
I want the augmentation that allows me to orgasm on demand.
I'm pretty sure you can do that with just meditation. That's what American Pie taught me.
American Pie, oh my god.
I love those movies so much.
But, I have two other games, that have an interesting take.
Have all that power.
But two games that I've played kind of recently and had sort of an idea for this topic and everything, For one was Black Ops 3. If I don't know if any of you guys have played it yourselves or whatever, but it takes place well off into the future. I think it's like the later.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Ian, but this will help Alex understand. It's the game that started Press F to pay respects.
That's not the one.
Thank you.
No, that's not the one. No,
wasn't that like Modern Warfare?
No, it's Infinite Warfare.
Yeah,
Never mind, I'm getting it mixed up.
That's the one with that one actor. Though. It's the one with that actor that got called out for the child pedophilia shit.
But, which one?
Wait, what?
I don't remember his name. He was like the president or something in Infinite Warfare's like campaign. Anyways. So the whole story when it comes to the campaign of Black Ops 3 is that you're a Black Ops agent, you're doing Black Ops stuff, saving people, all that stuff. But what happens is during a mission to go save some dudes, you get left behind and you are brutally attacked by a robot, and your arms and legs are completely mangled beyond like repair. Like they are fucked. And thankfully, at that time, there happens to be a special Black Ops program, which allows the complete, like, you get whole new arms, whole new legs, whole new spine, I think. It's just a whole connection to your brain, which allows you to, like, you know, you get to run on walls, you get to, like, lift heavy objects with ease, all that stuff. It makes you superhuman beyond repair. Like, anyone else that tries to screw with you is, like, immediately fucked. But the story goes is that one of the better teams in that game.
It's Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey's the one with from the Infinite Warfare. But anyways, what happens in the story is that, you know, you're doing all these cool stuffs, but then you find out that some of your team members had been infected with a secret war virus that was meant to target anyone with that special like chip.
The virus is war.
But eventually you find out though that the virus wasn't meant to be malicious in a sense. It was made to be an artificial AI that would help the connections between any augments that you have with your brain. But by doing that, it gained sentience. And so it used the people's like connection with like the database and all that jazz to like hide their location from people and just like take out anyone that's trying to screw with them. So the whole, like, you know, eventually you confront this virus and it ends up taking control of you. And that's how the game ends. That's how the campaign ends. So,
is that the point in which Jon Snow shows up and then just kind of doesn't do anything?
Kinda. It's about that. It's all that stuff, like all the cool stuff happens, but then, and just nothing really works out in the end. Everyone just kind of gets screwed. But like, that's like an example of how far can we push the human connection between robotics and ourselves, because, you know, by just crossing that thin little line, you know, true, we might become superhumans, we might become stronger than average people, and, you know, might be able to do incredible things, but by crossing that little line, we end up losing what really makes us human, and it can be easily changed and hardwired into something else. And that's a scary thought when you really think about it.
If you want a game or like story or whatever that talks about the negative aspects of turning a human into a robot, look up Soma. It is a horror game from like 2016,
I love Soma. That is a very good game.
The problem I have with Soma is that I don't understand why it's a horror game where it could have just been like a puzzle-solving walking simulator about the existentialism of being a fucking robot. Throughout that game, the protagonist, I think his name is Ethan, basically, in the beginning, he thinks he's a human that's accidentally sent to the future, but then turns out, oh no, you're actually a robot and shit. Welcome.
Old brain scan. Your old brain scans were shoved into a robot, and you were like awakened. You're like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. But no, there's a lot of things I loved about that. For example, it's not his actual like consciousness being put into it, which he doesn't understand till like the very end. It's only a copy. It's copy and paste, not copy and replace.
What's this called?
Soma.
S-O-M-A.
It's a horror game from like 2017, I think, actually.
I'm pretty sure it's made by the same people who made Layers of Fear, I think.
Yeah, which Soma's the superior game.
Oh, wait, Observer. Observer's another good example of that, too, because it takes place in, like, the semi-future, and, like, it's where tech like companies are like making these like enhancements that people can get, but they're like so early in development that they cause really bad glitches in the human body. Like they like skin will reject the skin grafts made, so like it could stay in the body, and it'll like reject the like hardware, or like it'll cause your brain to like snap, and you'll like have crazy mood swings and such because of that. So
I mean, didn't the Deus Ex games also touch up on that stuff too?
Mm-hmm. It's so the problem with all that stuff. I mean, and it makes complete sense when you really think about it. It just sucks that it's always like, oh yeah, the technology always wins. The humans are screwed over, and technology. It's like there's never really a true example where there's like a true balance between the idea of technology and humans combining. The only example would probably be Cyberpunk 2077.
No.
But who knows when that's coming out.
The best example of technology and humanity working together in tandem is the Adeptus Mechanicus from Warhammer 40K.
Well, have you guys seen the Animatrix?
Yes.
I heard of it from a friend of mine, but I've never.
I know what you're gonna talk about. It's the history of the Matrix. It's the two-part thing in there, and it's one of my favorite things about that series. I feel like it should have been what the movies were about, because
so like
that shit was fucking awesome.
Yeah. So for the viewers, in the Animatrix, there's a short section. The movie is like it's just basically a compilation of like short films. Yeah, it's an anthology, and one of the stories is about
universe.
One of the stories is about a period of time where humanity and the robots coexisted at some point before the robot uprising.
Yeah, it's the history of the creation of machines, human and the machines like relationship as it progressed, leading up to like when the machines decided to kill everyone. And
I thought it turns them into batteries or something.
Kinda. Like they turn them into a fuel source, but their main goal is to just fuck up humans, because like when you watch it, you kind of start to like feel more towards the robot's reasoning of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like after watching that and then watching The Matrix, I can't help but think, you know what, I really hope the robots win. These guys kind of suck.
Fuck humanity.
Yeah. Fuck humanity. Join the robot uprising.
Be honest, we are pretty shit. And if I could, I would do the whole Robo-Cyborg.
Put my brain in a robot body so I can join my mechanical brothers.
Dude, do the sick dab as a robot. Just be like...
Like you do a dab as a robot and your fucking laser sword comes out.
Now I want to do... I want to talk about the rest of the pros and cons that we had written down. So one bullet point said, laser hand ? Robo-dong ?
Yes.
I feel like we can open the discussion with that.
It'd be interesting because, you know,
I wrote down the laser hand part.
I used Robo-dong because, let's be honest here, I might be a simple man, just wants a robot arm, not that hard, you know, Sekiro this shit up. But, you know, obviously people are going to have unique tastes when it comes to augmenting their bodies for, you know.
And for that reason, I didn't write down pro or con next to that, because a laser hand and or Robo-dong is really a gift and a curse depending on what you do with it.
Yeah. If you have a laser hand, you could like stop a mugging in an alleyway. However, you could also start a mugging in an alleyway.
Listen, do you understand?
Or you can make a cat chase it.
You can listen. If you had a laser hand, do you understand how perfectly you could toast a slice of bread? Like how perfect it could be.
Oh yeah, it could be great.
Well, lasers are like focused, so you would be toasting one little dot on the bread.
Or you could have it like shooting straight out, burning into the wall, and then you could slide the slice of bread over the laser.
You could do what Superman
well, that's
did
not
to that
how
10-year-old
lasers work.
boy and shoot lasers into someone's eyes so you melt their fucking brain.
I think you're thinking of Homelander?
No, that was in Injustice. In the first Injustice game.
Shazam.
Yeah, Superman walks up to Shazam, a canonically 10-year-old boy, and literally liquefies his brain. And in the next game, we're supposed to be okay with him being a good guy again. I am not okay with that. Superman killed a child. Batman deserves to kill him.
I love that game so much. I played the first one and I bought the second one, but I just haven't played it yet.
I made an oopsie. You melted a child's brain.
I'm not going to spoil a lot of the story, but Superman does wind up becoming a good guy again, and it's pissing me off.
You say that, but in reality, he's still a dick. Also, also listen. The second game is better because it's got the TMNT in it and
Hellboy. Hell yeah. Ron Perlman. Does Ron Perlman do the voice? I can't remember.
I'm terrible with actors, so I personally wouldn't know.
He's the guy that did the Guillermo del Toro movies.
Again, bad with actors. All I know is they use he has his elephant revolver or whatever it's called, elephant gun revolver thing.
Which is the best gun.
Oh god, yeah. But
I love Hellboy comics. They're so great.
Anyways, another pro that we've got with the body augmentation thing, it kind of works with that, pro, as you wrote down, Alex, about vibrator dicks to combat ED. I don't know what the ED is.
Erectile dysfunction.
Yeah, dude. Because, there's a lot of people
keep in mind, that's not combating ED, for men. That's purely for the ladies, because the robo vibrator dick does not help the man at all. It just helps him help his lady.
Or on the other side, a self-tightening robo pussy.
Ooh.
So
see, I just feel like that doesn't go as far as a robo vibrating dick.
Helps for the lads, and the other helps for the lasses. We've got to think equal ground for everybody. But
also to avoid being heteronormative, robo vibrating dicks can go in boy butts too.
Boy butts.
Or non-binary butts, or non-binary vaginas.
And so everyone knows that the world is horrible. Furries are gonna ruin this.
You say that, but let's be honest here. Everything's already been ruined.
It is already ruined, but Ian, they're gonna fucking do augments on themselves so they look like they're fucking personas.
I mean,
that's gonna be a thing that's gonna be walking around, and we're gonna have to just accept that.
Listen, it's their choice. As long as they don't come near me with their robo tails and being like Five Nights at Freddy's this shit up, I'm fine. I don't want to see a robo person come at me.
Ian, I'm gonna put this in perspective for you. You're walking your dog down the street. All of a sudden, someone else's dog stands up.
You see, that's when I scream and run like a motherfucker.
He walks over to you and hands you his business card.
I don't know, man. I'd still try to run, even though they could probably catch up with me, which is even terrifying.
They could run on all fours now.
Oh, God.
I bet one thing that I really fucking want, though, with augments and shit, because they're the coolest fucking thing, both aesthetically from a design point and from how they work mechanically. Like fucking Robo-Raptor legs. Like General Grievous's legs and shit.
Robo-Flamingo legs.
I don't know how else to describe them, but they look like Velociraptor legs, basically. But they're like...
I just want to be General Grievous.
Yeah, no, Alex, you're not wrong. That's my ultimate goal. I want to be General Grievous.
See, personally, if
I want to crush the Jedi Order.
if I had a dream augment of anything I could have, first of all, I'd chop off
General
my left
Grievous.
Arm. No, I'd chop off my left arm. I don't need that shit. Anyways, no, wait, maybe my right arm. Because
that's my jerkin arm. So.
Get rid of your right arm. It's the dominant one, so you're able to turn it into a fucking gun.
Anyways, I basically want my robot arm to be that's going to replace my left arm. I want that to be the equivalent of a multi-tool, so it can have multiple functions. So
you basically want to be Ulysses Claw from the Marvel movies.
Fuck.
You know what? You know what? You got me there. That's pretty much what I want. Yeah. I mean, minus the laser gun, because that's cool. But personally, I don't want to.
But what about laser hand?
You got me there.
Ian, if I'm gonna go for
you can make your shitty toast.
I want to be able to fight every
Fuck
fucking
you, Alex. My
officer.
Shitty toast is gonna taste great. I might burn a hole in the wall, but whatever. Make my toast great.
You're gonna be like the hacksmith and burn a hole in your leg.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Robo-leg. Listen,
now
man.
Now you have to get a Robo-leg. Ian,
Listen,
what's going to happen is you're going to have your fucking laser pointer hand. You're going to accidentally saw off all your other limbs. There's going to be a downward spiral into the addictive substance of Robo.
No. What's going to happen is I'm going to be
the
using
one that
the laser
turns
hand.
into General Grievous.
I'm going to use my laser hand.
Just on accident. Through circumstances.
Listen, my laser hand's going to stab into my arm. I got a replacement. I'm like, oh, damn, this sucks. And then while I'm using my other thing, I'm like, oh, no, and chops off my leg. And then you get a robot leg. And then I go, oh, no. And I kick my other leg, breaking it instantly. And then I get another robot leg. And then while I'm making my shitty toast, I zap through my chest and I
You know what? You might as well just get a robot replica of yourself and then just...
I don't know, man. If I got a robot
just
replica
bury
of myself,
yourself
it might
in
be
the
too
woods.
handsome for me. I don't know, man.
That's what I'm saying.
You're gonna end up piece by piece replacing every part of your body with robot stuff, including your brain.
All I'm saying is theoretically, the only thing that you need in order to retain consciousness is a brain and something to power it. Make me a robot body that does that.
Listen,
we're gonna put a pin in that because there's something that I want to bring up in just a second. Ian, what I'm saying is you might as well just build a robot body right now, put your brain into it, and then just sell your body to help recoup some of the costs of the robot body.
See,
not just your whole body, sell the organs, like specific parts and shit. It's your body so you can consent to it, but you're also alive so you can keep the money.
Listen, to be honest, real quick with the last thing with that, if I do the robot body thing, that would be interesting. But I would want to be like Norm from Phineas and Ferb, Doofenshmirtz's robot, the one that runs on squirrel power.
Yeah,
because I think I could get by a couple years with squirrel power.
I want nuclear batteries in me. I want to be like the fucking Terminator. Like someone crushes my chest just a little bit, and I fucking blow up half a street block. If I'm going down, I'm taking at least 45% of the population with me.
You know what? That's smart.
Now,
nuclear squirrel.
Jared, you mentioned the
Star Wars.
so that thing where I said we were going to put a pin in that.
Yeah,
I want to talk about that right now. So what you were talking about was just putting your brain in a thing.
Having my brain set up to where it can stay alive without the other organs and stuff.
Mr. House.
So I don't know if you are familiar with this, but there's a group of people in Star Wars called the...
I know who you're talking about. It's the spider brain jars.
Yeah, I'm probably going to butcher this pronunciation, but the Bomar Order.
Yep.
I don't know these people.
They, the big robot spiders that parade around Jabba's palace?
Let's say yes.
They
I think they show up in the Lego games more than the movies, to be honest.
They do. They absolutely do.
Let's say my memory's dog shit, but let's say I do remember.
It's a 4-legged robot that walks around on really thin legs, and beneath it is a jar with that human brain in it.
Damn.
And I know what you're talking about, Alex. They do this because they believe it puts them closer to enlightenment.
Yeah, because they think that their bodies tie them down. I remember reading about this and it might have been the Lego visual dictionary thing that I got when I was a small child. But yeah, I just remember thinking it's kind of...
This is cool.
It's kind of
hot.
Kind of
what?
Brain in the jar whack.
We have different feelings on this. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about, and yes, I'd totally sign up for that too.
Apparently, Ahsoka Tano encounters one at some point because there's a quote from her on the Wikipedia page.
Wikipedia.
Oh, what'd she say? What the fuck is that? Kind of gross.
This looks like one of those Bamar monk monasteries that I read about in my studies at the temple.
Oh, that's from Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the movie. It's when they go to Jabba the Hutt's palace for the first time.
They go to Jabba the Hutt's palace?
Yeah, remember? They're taking his son back home.
Oh, yeah.
I remember the plot of that movie, so no one else has to.
Listen, Star Wars is great, but I have a hard time remembering them because, if I'm going to be completely honest, it's not really my thing all that much. It's interesting. I like it.
Jared, get the steak ready.
But I don't know, man. I personally prefer Warhammer sci-fi lore or stuff like that over Star Wars, especially with the newer installments, if I'm being honest.
I do agree with you that Warhammer is the far superior science fiction franchise, but I also do enjoy
agree with that
because
I don't know about Warhammer.
Warhammer is basically you remember how there was always that kid that had to win all the time whenever you're playing with toys?
Mm-hmm.
It's in a universe entirely filled with that kid's like ideas, where every faction has to win all the time, but no one ever wins anyways because of it.
Like
so it's a universe made up of like the spiky multicolor hair, like anime protagonist kids.
It's not that. It's not that. It is the universe in which you remember when you remember how you told me about how your cousins were playing toys and they're like what was it? I shoot you. I have an everything proof shield. My bullet goes through that and I get all your army guys.
It was my nephew and Ryan's little brother.
Yeah.
They were playing army guys in the back of the car. And Ryan's brother was literally like, my shield blocked your missiles and now I get your army guys. Oh, yep. my missile broke through all of your shields. I get your army guys.
Now imagine if a military used those strategies and they were working. And there were more of those militaries all fighting each other. And that's Warhammer 40K.
Listen, I just want to make one thing
I love this series. I want to make one thing about
Warhammer. One thing, like my personal favorite faction in there are the orcs because their literal power. Their literal power is that if they oh yeah, this thing does this, then it will happen. So like if they smash two sticks together and say it's a force field and believe it hard enough, it's an actual force field because that's what they can do.
The orcs have such a spiritual connection with the gods they don't even believe in. Like their two gods are two orcs called Mork and Orc, and like they don't really remember.
My two gods are Mork and Mindy.
Oh my god. No, but in Warhammer 40K it's great. The orcs have two gods, Mork and Gork, and they basically just don't give a shit. But orcs are so spiritual, like with them, just by being orcs, that they'll like let anything slide. For example, if an orc truly believes that he can't be seen, he will fucking turn invisible. Like anything that they believe in comes true for them.
Like one thing I like, one of the things, there's like two things. One, like a lot of their like mech robots they have are like,
stolen from the Imperium.
They're not only they stolen, but they're usually the only like advancements they've done are like put like pieces of wood on them or something or painted them like a different color. And like that actually has like effects on the thing. Like it makes it better. And like when like they try to take back their mechs, like the Imperium, they're like, what the fuck did they do to our machines? They're like, they're just hobbled together pieces of scrap metal and like wood. How is this supposed to work?
One of my favorite examples on how orc logic works is an orc war boss puts 3 of his fire boys on his trike just so it goes faster, and it becomes the most terrifying vehicle on the field of battle because it goes too fast. However, if someone else was to do the same thing, they would all die in a fiery car crash. That's how orcs are that overpowered, but they're so stupid. All of their ideas make no sense, but they always get to the same. Okay, Alex, do you remember that joke where it said it's
like how Christians think prayer works?
Kinda, except it's more like this.
I beat your robot. No. I make it super powerful by painting it yellow, and it makes it so its punches are explosive. And
I paint flames on it so it goes really fast.
Yeah,
you guys are overly explaining it too much. It's like this. There is a joke I saw regarding a teacher grading someone's paper, and it says on the side of it, "You used the wrong formula, but somehow got the right answer. I don't understand."
I've seen that.
That's orcs.
Yeah,
that's how orcs work.
It's beautiful.
They somehow get to the right conclusion, but it's like so illogical. Like they're able to go toe to toe with space marines who are basically like super soldier, like meta humans in armors that are more heavily like armored than tanks. and they're able to go toe-to-toe with them with a fucking wooden club. And they can survive.
Yeah. It's kind of ridiculous. Right. That's why I love it. But
anyways. No, Warhammer has so much ridiculous shit. One of these days, I'm going to sit down and just have an entire episode where I talk about Warhammer.
I'd be down for that. That'd be cool. But speaking of space stuff, Alex, you had something
about Star Wars.
Yeah, you had something about Star Wars.
A more grounded universe.
Actually, I want to talk about my other thing first, since it relates more to the cyberpunk stuff, and this will only take a couple minutes.
Let's do it.
I just want to say, stop pretending that Elon Musk is real life Iron Man, because he isn't, and he just wants to be rich, and he doesn't care how he gets there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was touting his new SpaceX rocket and how it's gonna take everyone to Mars, and everyone was getting really hyped over it, and then it got the funding it needed, and then it turned out he was just developing this technology to sell to the military.
Yeah.
He is not going to bring us to Mars. He's not going to become Iron Man. He's going to be just another billionaire that doesn't give a fuck about you. But it's okay because he does Twitter memes.
No, you know what?
And he posts pictures of anime cat girls, so that makes him haha lol relatable.
No, see, he is Iron Man, but he's beginning Iron Man.
He's before Iron Man got a conscience.
Yeah.
He's
and that is the fictional part of those movies.
The fictional part is Iron Man got attacked with his own stuff and realized, I shouldn't do this. You know what? Is it really fictional that someone gets blown up by their own missile and is like, maybe I should stop making missiles?
See, the best case to come out of that is the guy just stops going to the Middle East. The only thing that would happen is he gets blown up by his own stuff. Assuming he doesn't die, he's just going to be like, huh, that's crazy that happened. Guess I won't go over there anymore. But he's going to keep selling weapons to both sides of any conflict.
Especially
whoever is willing to pay, he'll sell weapons to them.
Yeah,
that's how it is.
And also another example of why we shouldn't treat billionaires like deities is
Kim Kardashian.
this video of Jeff Bezos from
the robot
about
arms.
A month ago. Yeah, with the robot arms. Now, Ian, you have not seen this.
Make a son.
Ian, you have not seen this. I'm going to send the link to you, and we're going to get your live reaction to this video. And we will have this linked in the description under additional resources.
Okay, let's see this.
I'm going to watch it again.
Okay.
It's under general.
Okay.
And you got to listen to it with sound. Listen to it with sound.
Oh my god. This is terrifying.
That evil laugh, though. He literally said,
He's like, finally, I can stop that teenage reporter.
The power of the sun in the palm of my hands.
This literally feels like have you guys played the Spider-Man game that came out on PS4?
I love it so much. Injected into my veins.
The robot arms they came up with first.
Yeah, it's like it feels
before
like
Doc Ock became evil, I was like, let's put glowing spikes all over it. I want claws that have fucking knives on the inside. And Peter was like, you know what? I don't see how this could ever go to any bad place. This is a perfect idea.
That reminds me of that video that we did on the bus.
Hey Peter, you know how we made those perfectly normal hands? Well, I was looking over the designs and thought, you know what would be better? Giant metal claws!
Man, that's the next step, dude. Have you guys seen that thing where it was why is it that when animals or species evolve, they always turn into a crab at some point?
This is us turning into crabs.
Yeah, that's literally the next step. We
have to get a metal coating around us.
Listen,
reject modernity. Return to crab.
Humans right now. Then we're gonna get the body augments. Then eventually we're man, these fingers, man, they're just too much. What if I just got big fucking claws? And then
metal claw.
Fast forward like 100 years, we're gonna be all crab people.
We got it wrong. The Bamar monks aren't spiders.
They're crabs.
They're crabs.
They're crustaceans. Actually, fun fact about spiders and stuff. Technically, crustaceans are actually arachnids. They're a relative to the arachnid family. They're only called crustaceans because of a slight difference.
Yeah, that does sound familiar. I think I've heard that too.
It's because I tell this to everyone. I literally want people to know this because, like, the only reason why crustaceans are crustaceans is because of, like, A, body pressure, and B, they live underwater. That's like how there's a difference between alligators and crocodiles based on skull shape and where they live.
Man, I'm under pressure all the time and I drink water, but you don't see me turning crustacean.
Like, my skull shape and teeth layout are different to Alex's, but does that not make us both white German people? Also, I'm still German, too. I got both my Russian and my German back.
Damn, you're like that. You're like those fanfics of Stalin and Hitler.
I'm their love child.
My mom is getting an ancestry test for Christmas.
It comes back with a question mark on it.
By the way, Mom, if you decide to ever listen to my podcast, I'm sorry for spoiling Christmas for you. But anyway, she's getting an ancestry test. So I will finally be able to see what kinds of white I am on a genetic level.
What if your mom gets it back and there's just a question mark in it?
A big question.
Mom, what does this mean?
No, it's like a big what's it called? A big clip art of a question mark with like a funny like smile at the bottom of it. Like, what?
No. It's just like they're genuinely confused. There's like 98% question mark and then 2% German.
It's a clip art of a tree. It says, "What the fuck is this?"
What is?
So I actually asked my mom once, like, what our family heritage is, and she was like, "Oh, we got some like Dutch and German, and we got some English. We got English relatives, like ancestors," and she was basically just listing off like basically just Europe, and I was like, "Okay, so we're just a collage of white."
Dang. Like a calico cat, but it's only white.
Where my racial heritage ranges from white to off-white.
I'm white to beige.
Supposedly, I'm part like German and I think Finnish, and then I think a
Ian's
bit Finnish. I'm finished.
He's been defeated. We've won.
Finish him.
But
here's a meatball.
I know my mom was like super duper into the ancestry stuff for like a while ago.
Ancestry stuff.
Ancestry. Shut up. Anyways, but she's like super into that for a while. She was like,
I hear they got a dating site in Alabama called Ancestry.
Ancestry.com.
So personally, I've never really cared too much. I mean, it's interesting to know where like past relatives came from, but like. I mean, like I'm American right now. I got red, white, and blue flowing through my veins.
I want to know how much of a communist I am.
Turns out communism isn't something that's in your blood.
You're 50% communism. The other 50% somewhere else.
50% of me is communism. The other 50% shared with the rest of the world.
Exactly. See. I want to believe
half of me is communist, half of me exploits labor.
Oh my god, it's like what do you call it? Have you guys ever seen the beginning of Dark Souls? Like, have you like
Dark Souls scares me, so no.
Okay. Listen, okay, just for reference,
it's the vagina dragon.
When Dark Souls lore, when it basically the start of it, like there was nothing, and then there was stuff, but there wasn't very much. But then like the first flame was lit, and a bunch of like people were like, okay, we're gonna take parts of this fire to like do our own stuff. There's like a night order. There was the first guy who ever died. There was like these witches. Dragons were an issue, so they all killed them. But then, this is the best part. There was a pygmy that got part of it called the Dark Soul. And instead of just keeping it for himself, he decided to give a tiny little bit of the Dark Soul to all of his friends, which are the humans. So he split this like little flame into like a bajillion little bits to give to each person. So I just want to imagine there's a giant Jared holding a tiny Jerry, and gives a tiny bit of Jared to like every single person.
Anytime you're around me, I release my spores. So I mean, technically, a little bit of me is inside everyone.
Yeah, so it's just like a tiny little piece of Jared inside of everybody, which is the essence of humanity.
Jared, I'm going to repeat what the judge told you. I don't care what you call them. Just don't do it at the playground.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Spore.
Like, all I gotta do is walk up, and then my pores open up, and then like the tiny little polyps I have underneath my skin open out.
I don't know, man. Sounds kind of gross.
It is gross, but it's also how I reproduce. Your lungs are my breeding ground.
You know what, Jared? I'm gonna put the ban hammer on your life right now. I'm gonna get the ban flamethrower.
You can kill this proxy, but you'll never find the rest.
Don't worry. I'll get some Mountain Dew, and we'll find it one way or another.
Oh, goddamn Mountain Dew! Like that will bring them all out. Oh no, they're coming out. They heard me.
So what happened? No, I'll just get a crop duster, and I'll just put a bunch of Mountain Dew in it, and just like spray it over like a city, and then every Jared mushroom is gonna come out of nowhere.
It's not a mushroom. It's like the aliens from Alien, except they're just me. Like people will be like, oh, and then the chest rips open. I'm like, hey guys, I'm back.
You're saying you're basically a fucking xenomorph?
I'm not saying I am. I'm basically a xenomorph. I'm saying Alien owes me some royalties.
Oh, okay. so you're not like a xenomorph. Xenomorphs are like you. Okay, that's understandable.
Yeah, you see, they got it all wrong. I don't spit acid. My breath just smells bad. But the chest bursting thing, no, that's exactly what happens.
I guess I gotta be the predator and just hunt you to extinction then.
Oh, that's impossible. I've met too many people now.
Oh boy.
The invasion's begun.
Also, Alex, very funny Jeff Bezos meme you posted in chat. Very funny.
Thank you. The replies on that tweet are pretty good.
When I grow up, I'm gonna
One
be
of them said, back to formula.
Back to Formula? Hold on, let me see what you sent.
You mean like the car Back to Formula One racing?
No, it's from Spider-Man. The first one.
Formula.
When Norman Osborn becomes the Green Goblin. Spoiler alert. And the scientist working for him is like, "Sir, we got to take it back to formula." And then he injects himself with the green jizz steroids, and he becomes a Green Goblin.
It's the Goblin serum.
Oh yeah,
back to formula.
Then that's right. Then he grabs the scientist. His voice goes all loopy, and then he screams ravioli, and then throws the dude through the window. I remember that scene.
Yeah, that's basically what happened.
Yeah, he says ravioli, and then just.
So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say about billionaires.
Yes, Jeff Bezos has lured us into xenomorph Jareds and. What is it called? Green Goblin ravioli scream.
This has been a very informative episode.
Jared is not my true name.
I felt that all my brain cells have perished by 90% being on this podcast so far.
Good.
All right. Next topic.
Star Wars.
So we're going to talk about Star Wars again, but I swear we're not a Star Wars podcast.
Accepted at this point. We're a Star Wars podcast.
I don't know, man.
We're a part-time Star Wars podcast.
I wouldn't want to force my opinion on anyone.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm going to use your insides for outside stuff.
Oh, boy.
So, I believe firmly that AI, artificial intelligence in Star Wars, is held back on purpose to avoid a droid uprising like Ultron or Skynet. Now, I have some points written down. I think that's why they use like floppy disks and shit like that. Like that's why the Death Star plans were put on like a laser disc and then put in R2-D2 and then just yeeted out into space.
That's basically what happened.
If it was like the technology we have right now, it would just be uploaded to like a Google Drive folder, and then they just share the link with the Rebel Alliance. But no, they I think that the reason that they use like primarily physical media like that, and the reason that each droid is an individual, like with its own, I guess, personality slash consciousness slash operating system, whatever you want to call it. Um, Basically, to avoid a Skynet like situation where you have like one supreme artificial intelligence in like multiple bodies.
Actually, Alex. Actually, though.
You're wrong.
No, there is. I don't know if it's canon. I think it's from the Legends stuff now.
I think I know what you're going to talk about, and I was hoping you would bring it up because I don't remember all the details.
You made a mention that the droids all have their own unique personalities. There's a series of droid that does not. I think they changed that because they introduced another one of them in The Mandalorian, IG-11.
Oh, the circle head dude?
Yep. In Empire Strikes Back in 19, whenever the fuck it came out, when you first saw
that one,
IG-88,
I believe was 1980.
In 1980? In 1980, people were interested in the backstories for all of the bounty hunters on the ship that, I think it's the Eviscerator or the Executor.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, people were interested and were like, oh, who's all these other guys other than Boba Fett? Well, they made a book about it. It's called Star Wars Bounty Hunters, and it's the origin story for every bounty hunter that was on that ship. So you get Dengar's backstory, Zuckus's, Forlom, all those guys. The one that we're going to focus on, though, is IG-88, because that droid on that ship is one out of thousands. All of them with a single shared consciousness with one desired goal. Kill all humans.
Oh.
IG-88's backstory is that he is one of the droids that left the planet to go and, hunt more humans. But they start off as a production facility trying to make a new type of battle droid to, we're going to make more money. This is the best fighting droid ever. The thing is, though, the AI they were using gained sentience, took control over every single droid in the facility, and then used them to conquer the planet and burn all the humans alive.
Huh.
So yes, there is a planet in Star Wars. It may not exist anymore, because with IG-11 being a slightly different droid, like mentally and stuff, to IG-88, I don't know if there's a connection, but originally, yes, there was a planet in which Terminator happened.
Okay, that was another point that I had written down. Has there been previous uprisings? Like
yes, there has. The original IG series fucking killed everyone on that planet. It turned it into their base of operations.
God damn, Jesus!
Now, the thing that I was thinking of is a different story, actually, where I believe it's still IG-88 related, but
probably.
I think this was mentioned on the Weekly Planet, but so I don't remember all the details, but basically, let's just say it was IG-88. A droid like that, basically took a bunch of different, a bunch of different multiples of him. Like multiple of his model, and he copied his consciousness into 3 or 4 of them and then just sent them out. And I believe this is pre Empire Strikes Back, because I'm pretty sure IG-88 gets blown up in that movie.
In Empire Strikes Back? No, he's on the ship, but then he never shows up again, unless he was killed off screen.
I think it was mentioned in his Wikipedia page.
That's lame.
Hold on, I'm looking.
No, but Alex, what you're describing is
he wasn't killed in Empire Strikes Back. That I was mistaken.
What you're talking about, though, it's the robot that's split into 4 different ones. Did they proceed to split into more of them?
Not that I know of. We could be thinking of the same story if that did happen.
Because that's how he took over. It's a rogue android that made copies of himself and then proceeded to infect all of the software in every IG series, and they just mass produced himself.
So yeah, that's basically what I'm talking about. How if you had an army of IG-88s just fighting for their own interests, destroy all humans, that would basically be like Terminator.
Oh yeah,
they're, you know, a bunch of powerful, you know, a bunch of powerful, strong droids with the sole purpose of just killing shit. That would be probably something that they would have like either foreseen or have learned from by the time we get to the events of the Star Wars movies. So that's probably, you know, that's probably why each droid is its own individual. There's no like, you know, cloud AI like Google Assistant, like galaxy wide. That would probably lead to some issues, especially with like, you know, like how
Google
droids
selling secrets to the Empire.
Yeah, like how droids seem to be sentient in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like Leet?
What?
Like Leet from Solo? The one that Lando hooks up with?
Yeah, is that the one that
the
is that the one that's like an
lady
activist?
Yeah,
she's a robot rights activist who is killed, and they put her brain in a spaceship. I want to they treat this as like a really good moment, but I want you to put in perspective this. She was once an individual with her own thoughts, emotions, and feelings, and now she's stuck inside of a spaceship with no control on anything.
Yeah, I had that one written down.
She's literally like in a prison on her own making.
Guys, I have an example of one that I've known for a little bit. Again, I'm not like super with like the Star Wars stuff. I know there's a lot of stuff, but my brother knew a bit more about it. Have you guys heard of Mr. Bones?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's a battle droid that winds up like teaming up with some people. I think I can't remember if it's the Rebel Alliance or the Resistance.
But New Republic.
It's New Republic?
But he was a battle droid that was fixed up by a kid and was made to be like his little personal bodyguard and stuff. And he was like, he's a red battle droid. He's a red battle droid with bones on him. And
Mr. Bones is a fucking psychopath.
And, he's crazy.
Sounds like the name of a creepypasta.
He what do you call it?
It's a real thing.
Sings whenever he stabs people, and like it's just like it's. Again, it's a lot of stuff I've done. Exactly.
Mr. Bones went into a cave with like 10 stormtroopers, and only he came out.
Yeah.
Yikes.
He's got like this fucking metal spike arm. It's so fucking scary.
Yeah, he's not a nice looking thing, but he's apparently a good guy.
Yeah, he's like a friendly dude. It's just that, he's also
like, this is
terrifying.
Mr. Bones. He's my best friend. We were friends since childhood. What does he specialize in? Discombobulating human beings.
Oh, okay. So this is a quote from the kid who made for the equipment of Bones. Bones is primed with a high-octane cocktail of programs, some heuristic combat droid programs, some martial arts vids, the moves of some Clone Wars cyborg general, and also the body map maneuvers of a troupe of Lele dancers from Ryloth. So he's just a fucking hodgepodge of a million things, and it turns him into a fucking psychopath.
Also, yes, Alex, that military general is General Grievous. They have General Grievous's training in a psychopath battle droid.
So basically, like General Grievous.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's more than a battle droid, Alex. It's General Grievous. He had cool feet.
He's a droid with like an organic heart that you can just shoot whenever you want.
No, you have to rip his chest open first. You're getting that vital step. When the warrior of peace ripped open a man's chest so he could shoot at his organs.
He's more machine than man.
So uncivilized, Obi-Wan says, after ripping open a man's chest and lighting him on fire.
The Jedi have a code. Do not kill.
Grievous's death, though, was so gruesome.
Fucking horrifying. He's like,
he was like shooting fire out of his eyes.
He's like, oh! He screamed so hard that his lungs ruptured, and all that was left was like a wheezing cough.
Oh no!
It was horrifying.
What's with it with antagonists in Star Wars and having bad lungs?
It's funny. I think it's something to do with anti-smoking.
If any kid shows up to the Jedi
burn victim.
If any kid shows up to the Jedi Temple with asthma, they just immediately decapitate him. We can't take any risks.
Take this breathalyzer test.
It's like that scene from Revenge of the Sith where Obi-Wan kills those not Obi-Wan, where Anakin kills those kids. And it's like, Master Skywalker! And he just stabs him. Just kills him.
If you can't blow up a balloon, then how can we trust you to blow up our enemies?
If you can't blow up a balloon. It's a breath test. If you can make this little ball go up to the top of this little thingy, we won't execute you. Like a fucking clone trooper behind the kid aiming the gun at the back of his head.
So anyway, back to droids being so they're seen as second class citizens, right? Despite showing despite many of them showing some level of sentience, like you mentioned. The one from Solo.
Leet. Her name is Leet, god damn it. Why am I the only one that remembers that?
Are you familiar with Skippy the Jedi droid?
I believe so. Familiar.
Skippy the Jedi droid, otherwise known as R5D4, is the droid that Owen Lars was going to buy in A New Hope.
But
then he just blows up.
He fucking kills himself.
Yep. And at first, you don't really think much of it until you read the backstory for him, when you find out that R5D4 is a force-sensitive droid.
Yep.
That got a vision of the events of the original trilogy playing out. He was happy to be bought by Owen Lars, but then he realized R2-D2 was the one that had the Death Star plans, so he had to go with the Lars family. So he just blew himself up.
Skippy committed suicide.
But he did actually just show up in The Mandalorian. Jared, I'm pretty sure you haven't seen
I haven't seen any of it. I've been told about two things. One, Boba Fett for sure is back in it.
You gotta watch
the first episode. Like I know in the first episode, the Mandalorian's back on Tatooine, and some guy's got Boba Fett's armor, and then stuff occurs, and then he gets Boba Fett's armor, and then at the very end, there's Boba Fett staring off at him, kind of like scowling. It's like, hey, those are my clothes, dude. Come back. I know, I gotta watch it, but I also just want to talk about this. I don't know the context, but someone made a post on like Kotaku that says, I am very concerned about the Mandalorian. They just let Baby Yoda eat someone's kids. And I just want does that happen?
I'm not going to provide any context for you, okay? You got to watch
it. Baby Yoda just eats someone's children?
Damn.
You gotta watch it, Jared. I'm not gonna explain it to you, or else it'll be ruined.
I know what happens in the first episode. I know that they like befriend Tusken Raiders and they fight off the Empire or whatever.
What?
So much more happens. So much more.
Does he fuck a Tusken?
The true Tusken was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, they were Tusken Raiders. They teamed up with Tusken Raiders. That is, you're not wrong. I read the synopsis for that episode.
I'm wondering if kicking child Tusken Raiders like kicking a football.
Ask Anakin. He fucking killed them all like animals.
I don't know, man.
I slaughtered them like animals.
However, I want to talk about this because this is a comic I only found out about recently that I feel like people should probably talk about more. Anakin teams up with a Tusken Raider Jedi and has to deal with his prejudice against them. And it's like really fucking intense. Like he's like,
I feel like I've heard of this. Now, why is it that every story involving Tusken Raiders involves someone having to deal with their prejudice towards them?
Because like in their universe, they consider Tusken Raiders to be like dumb idiots with guns, and like really they're their own like nomadic swamp people culture, except like in sand. It's more like it's kind of swamp-like because they have their own moisture farms, like moisture fields and shit. And they have like their own like religion and shit like that.
I'm a simple man tending to my moisture.
Jared, the Mandalorian, the season premiere does a really good job of like humanizing Tusken Raiders.
That's good because I actually really fucking like the Tusken Raider. Well, I gotta fix my unless you can give me your Disney Plus login.
We can make that work.
You send it to me. I'll load it up and I'll get it ready. I'll watch them tonight, and then we'll probably talk about it later. I don't work. I do work tomorrow, but I work at 4, so I'm probably gonna be up to like 2 tonight, maybe later.
Pretty
All
fog.
Right.
But yeah, no, that makes me happy though, because like one of the races that I want to know more about, because like Mandalorian, like the first season, like after watching, I like seeing him interact with them a little bit in I think it was the 4th episode. It's like I kind of want to know more about them, so I just got really into Tusken Raider lore, and like there's a shit ton of stuff. Like they have their like own like culture and like religion and shit. Like for example, their weapons are ballistic. Like their rifles shoot actual
I've heard
bullets
of that.
and shit.
Oh, damn, that's interesting.
Like they each Tusken Raider at birth is given a bantha cub that they raise to like full maturity and shit, and like should that die, the Tusken Raider will kill themselves, and if the Tusken Raider dies, the bantha kills itself because they have such a deep bond between the two. There's just so much shit that they talk about.
Sounds like a cult. Sounds like a cult for horse girls.
No, I mean, it kind of is. Those like weird sticks that they have, they're melee weapons. Well, okay. I know in the Mandalorian they tell you that they can be doubled as a toothbrush, but that's not all. They're kind of like those Aztec-y like war clubs where like the more decorated, higher-ranking members of society have more elaborate ones and shit. So it's like there's just so much stuff they just never talk about. Like with the Tusken Raiders, they're just like, that's the Sand People. We kill them in the droves. It's like, fuck you, no. I want to know more. Don't tease me with like fucking them knowing sign language and trading and like try to keep going with the whole idea that they're just, murderous douchebags. Because it's like, it's obvious there's more to them. So yes, it makes me happy that Mandalorian Season 2 opens with that. I need to watch it now.
Mandalorian was okay. I watched a couple episodes, but then I was like, there's other stuff.
Alex,
do they unmask?
Do they unmask the Tusken Raider?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I do, because in the Star Wars story where there's a Jedi Tusken Raider, it turns out he's not fully Tusken Raider and he has a human face.
Damn.
Yeah, there's some Tusken Raiders that are just humans that joined like a tribe.
His father was a human that joined the tribe, and there was a woman that the Tuskens had enslaved that they had lived with them, and he hooked up with her, and they had a kid, and he was raised in the Tusken Raider culture.
So it's like when you're like 1/16 Native American, but you still live on the res.
Yeah. Yes, that's why I like Tuskens so much. I can relate to them.
You'll eventually be killed by an angsty teenager.
Jared, we've got to get like some level of points for you being technically Native American.
Oh damn.
I don't know. The tribe doesn't consider me one, so I don't really consider myself one.
They don't consider you one?
Yeah, they'll take the checks though for it, but they'll never give me them.
Shit.
Bullshit. Tribe does a lot of shit that, but
What are you like 1/30th or what?
I'm just below the amount that makes it count. Like I'm like 2% blood away from being full native. Like the legal amount. So
you know what you have to do now.
Slaughter them like animals?
No, that's not where I was going, and I want it to be
Too
known
late.
that you were the one that had that idea. Okay? I don't want to be blamed for this in court. No, what you have to do is you have to find enough people that have a higher percentage than you, and you have to get a blood transfusion with them, or just drink their blood.
Yeah, dude,
and
that's
then
better. Just
you'll absorb their Native American levels.
Or now hear me out.
It's like when you kill someone in Minecraft and take their levels.
Here's another idea. I'll start my own reservation with blackjack and hookers, and mostly white people, because for some reason, if you're not enough, you always come out white. Like once you reach that 2% over the threshold, it's like you look like a Native American. and I don't understand how it works. I have not seen someone who is like the bare minimum to be a Native American in the tribe's eyes that looked not like a Native American, if that makes any sense to you.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy though how like Native American is the only like I guess race where like they really split hairs with like qualify like if you're like some percentage of black and you identify as black, you're black, you know? But like
yeah.
Or same thing with like being Asian or insert whatever.
It's because you don't get paid for being black. Like there's the reason why the tribe's so particular about it is because they get government grants for being Native American. So it's like they want to make sure they have a lot of money from it, but they also want to make sure that what the government tells them they do with the money is like they give it to people who are tribal members. So they set the bar to be like fucking 16% or 17% native blood. They get the checks.
Yeah.
But they'll get checks for everyone that lives on the res regardless, as long as they have native blood.
Yeah, I know someone, I'm not going to like get into specifics of who it is, but I know someone that's basically like a diet white supremacist, and he is like a member of a Native American tribe, and he gets a per cap check.
Yeah,
and it's like, really, you're gonna give it to this guy? He's one of the people that would have been colonizing you.
Yeah, and that's how it works. Though it's like he's enough, so he gets that. It's like a lot of the times, like res rats and shit, which are like the delinquent kids around here. They learn from like a very young age that if like they throw enough of a bitch fit in front of a white person, they'll get their way. It's like, you're only doing this because I'm native, isn't it? And it's like, what the fuck? Like I remember
people like that.
I'd just be like, yeah.
No, I remember though, a relative of mine was in court a little bit ago. I'm not gonna say their names or how they're related to me. Besides that, they're someone that I know. But they were in court, and then they during their trial and stuff, it came out that they were guilty. The first thing that they said was, "This is a hate crime. It's because I'm Native American." They were 1% over the exact amount needed to be considered a Native American, which is like, I think it's like 16 or 17%. So they were mostly white.
Isn't it like 1/16?
Yeah,
that's what I've been hearing.
Yeah, but I think it's like when you actually do it, it's like comes out to 16% or some shit like that. I gotta check again. I know it's like a really small amount though in comparison, but it's just so like, you know, when you get people who have mixed like families where it's like the one guy like down the line it goes, he's like full blood, and then one of them marries a white person. Those kids don't count because they didn't go far enough with the family tree to get like one more blood percentage going.
God.
So the problem is at some point there will be in the future a time where there are Native Americans in the tribe and on the res would not be getting per capita because they don't count in the tribe's eyes to be Native Americans. And I find that kind of hilarious. It's like your system's set up so tightly with so much like interference into what is considered Native American that at some point in the future, like a little bit in like probably 20, I'd say 60 or like 2100, we'll be generous. In 2100, they will no longer be a Native American tribal member because none of them would count enough with the blood quantum.
Yeah. God, I hate that.
That really just tickles my pickle. That's a horrible expression. I'm not going to use that ever again.
I just hate that the founding of this country involved wiping out an entire like ethnic group.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I hate being like one of the descendants of the people that like perpetrated this crime against nature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is gross.
We gave him the airbender treatment.
The airbender treatment.
Someday there will be
now we pay
the last person qualified to live on the res.
Yeah, there will be the last person who is Indian enough to live on the res. Well, like that's the thing though. It's like if the res actually tried to like do stuff with
we
the
give
culture,
you a seat on the council,
but
we do not give you the rank of
tribal member,
Native American.
No, but like here's the thing though that gets to me is like the tribe is always going on and on about how they need to make sure that like Native Americans are alive and well and shit, but they'll never do anything to like teach kids the culture or anything like that. They'll never like they'll never put money into projects that could like, you know, genuinely keep the culture alive.
Now, growing up, I like in school and like in like church and stuff. When I was younger, like I learned about like so much white magic, like Jesus and stuff like that, and like learning about like Judeo-Christian like and like like Santa,
the good
like,
book,
all those kinds of white magic. But like even like in the 3rd grade, I was like, there's a lot of different kinds of magic that I feel like I'm not learning about. Like there was a whole bunch of people here like before Columbus that had their own kind of magic, and I want to learn about that magic because I'm kind of tired of learning about Jesus magic. And like Santa magic. White magic at this point to me is kind of boring. Like I want some variety.
Yeah. No, I feel ya.
Variety.
Like this is just like we live in a culture. Like what is it? They call it
America's we live in a society.
No, it's an expression. It's like America is the culture melting pot or something like that. It is the melting pot of cultures. But all we ever learn about is like fucking European shit. And like
it's the melting pot of European cultures,
basically. Like even then though, it's like the thing that I get is like it's not just like a problem with the Native American education system. Even the tribe, the people who are Native Americans and stuff, will not do shit to try and like show the younger generation Native things. Like the times that they have, it's because there were other older members who weren't on the council who did it out of their own funding from their own like fucking pockets and shit. Meanwhile, the entire tribal council is constantly trying to get more like funding so they can build yet another casino because that's what we need. Like I remember on like half the fucking bills the last guy kept trying to get produced because we get since my dad works in the tribe, we get newspapers from him. Half the fucking things were talking about how they wanted to make another casino in like fucking the UP because it's supposed to increase funding for the tribe. And like I don't know how much the casinos make, but I believe it's a lot more than like what's expected. I feel like a lot of that money could have gone to like fixing the state of things around here.
Hey, Native Americans, I know you guys asked for your land back and like, equal rights, and you asked us to not, put you in white re-education schools. But instead of that, how about we allow you to get into the industry of one of the most destructive vices known to man, gambling? How would you like that?
Yeah. It's just like I hate tribal government so much because they never think about the rest of them. They only focus on like fucking casinos and what they're gonna do with those next.
Yeah, because money, as every other thing in country as it goes. Money, I know, but is big motivator.
That's the thing, though. These same people, though, that will put thousands of their own dollars into making another casino will complain on Facebook and stuff about how there's like no like representation for the native like culture and how it's dying. It's like, yeah, it's dying maybe because literally no one is caring about it. Yeah, not even the Native Americans.
It's just so they can bitch and complain about more stuff, refusing to do anything about it, but still will complain when things aren't done.
Yeah. Well, back to that whole like melting pot thing though, like I never really like actively thought about how much white people steamroll other cultures.
Dude, like white people
like take for example like black culture in America, like or like the I guess the cultural contributions of black people in America. Like I guess there's like, like jazz and stuff like that, but it's like that's not African. like all of the stuff that we consider like black contributions is like stuff that like fits into like a white perspective, I guess. Like or stuff that was like caused by white people. Like we managed to like just steamroll African culture in this country out of existence for the most part. There are some areas like I believe there's like I guess a group of people in Georgia. I think it's in Georgia where they're really in touch with their African roots, which is really good. But yeah, I never actively thought about how much white people steamroll other cultures.
Yeah, no, it happens a lot.
Yeah.
It's like I know that I guess the last bit of like white people culture would probably be like the how everyone looked in the 20s, and then we just started stealing everything else.
Yeah, like we got to
got to our basically end point, and then we
white
reset.
People basically made it so like in America, any kind of cultural contribution in this country from any other ethnic group is just something white but better.
Like like what was it? Swing came first, and then came jazz and blues.
Yeah, you got like and then like black people made that better, and then white people came up with some more boring shit, and then black people made it better, and that cycle will continue on forever.
Who came up with lounge, like what Richard Cheese does?
I think that's influenced primarily by swing with some like I guess jazz elements. I think like lounge is just a catch-all term for any kind of big band or swing or jazz kind of like vibe.
Well, no, it's its own separate thing. There's subtle differences and stuff, but lounge is like a genre of music where it's like it's not music that you'd usually like dance to or anything like that.
I guess
it's music
like,
you'd go
I guess
and
it's like
smoke
the soft
to.
Rock of swing / jazz.
Yeah, it's soft rock trumpet.
But it's soft rock for even older white people. Soft rock is for old white people. Lounge is for even older white people.
I like lounge.
And zillennials. Gen Z. It's another term for Gen Z. Zillennials. I like that.
Zillennials. I like that.
Yeah.
I just like being called a human being. Please stop.
I like being a human being.
Now we're attacking people based on what age group they fit in.
I just want to return to monkey.
I just want to evolve to crab. Embrace modernity. Become crab.
It's reject modernity. Become crab.
No, Ian. Because the natural progression of how things are is we're gonna turn into a crab at some point. Let's increase
monkey.
That.
No, reject monkey. Embrace
become crab.
I don't know, man. Crab's pretty cool.
God damn it! I can't wait to get rid of the fleshy exterior and replace it with bones. I can't wait for the parts of me that keep me up on the inside to become the parts of me that keep me in on the outside. Fucking bugs are weird. I love them though.
Fucking crabs.
You know what? Fucking, I'm gonna bring up a different topic now just to make it happy. I'm gonna talk about bugs and why I like them a lot. They're fucking awesome. Bugs and shit, like crustaceans and everything like that. Like people take them for granted all the time, but they're fucking cool as fuck. Like goddamn spiders and shit, man.
Jared, it seems like every time we run out of stuff to talk about, you bring up bugs.
Because bugs are fucking awesome. Like,
wait, can I say something that's awesome?
Yeah,
I know something that's awesome. The fucking kiwi bird.
Kiwi bird. That's not
kiwi
a bug.
Birds. No, but they're still awesome, and I love them. Dude, look up a kiwi bird. It's 1 second. I'll look up one. I
got my phone going.
Kiwi birds are Norway. I think it's a New Zealand bird, flightless bird that can grow to the size of pumpkins.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. They're the fucking Pokemon.
Not Pokemon.
No, they look like a fucking Pokemon. The
they don't look like a
Verduro.
fucking Pokemon. Oh
Dude, this
God.
shit looks like a goddamn Pokemon. I'm gonna send it in the chat, and I want Alex to tell me if this looks like a Pokemon.
I sent a good picture. That's a good picture of a funny.
That looks like a Pokemon. That looks.
Oh my God.
It looks like a specific Pokemon that I remember seeing.
The one with two heads. Baduro.
Maybe.
Here, I'll get the picture of him.
Yeah, I get to do it. That's probably what it is. But listen, kiwi birds are an endangered species because they're hunted for their feathers. And it makes me so mad. Look at that little bitch. Look how cute he is.
I want to talk about something.
I want one to live on my shoulder.
Yeah! Me too!
So I typed in Pokemon Baduro and I got a bunch of porn. So you know what? I want to die.
Fuck it, send it to the chat.
I'm not sending that. I'm gonna find a fucking picture of Baduro. I don't think I've got his name right. I'm just gonna type in bird Pokemon. Okay, these are not porn, but they look more like pigeons. I swear to God, the bird I'm thinking of, it is a real Pokemon.
Yes. Isn't like the duo or something?
Bird Pokemon.
Fletchling kind of looks like a kiwi bird. A little bit. A little bit.
Oh, it is Doduo. No, Alex, here's one.
Here's one doing a Hitler salute.
Oh my God.
Alex, look up.
Yeah, that one that you sent looks like a kiwi bird. I think that was the one that I was thinking of.
Kiwi birds are flightless. They grow up to the size of pumpkins, and their necks become really long if they really want it to.
And the top-ranked ones get 2 heads and become slaves to 10-year-olds.
Everyone hates kiwi birds because they're useless fucks, but I love them so much.
Okay, now instead of talking about bugs, I'm going to put a pin in that topic. Get it? Because that's what people do to bugs if they're an asshole. Now, people who do that, entomologists that do that, usually wait for it to be a dead bug because bugs are cool and you shouldn't hurt bugs.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I always hated it. Like
bugs are
all the kids in elementary school that would like squish like caterpillars with little wood chips. They're all in jail now.
They better be.
They're all either in jail or they're addicted to G Fuel.
People who used to who crush bugs and stuff they do it because they're scared of them, and
There was a stump on the playground at the school that I went to when I was a wee lad.
That's where kids killed all the bugs, isn't it?
It was the stump that kids used to kill innocent little caterpillars with wood chips.
That pisses me off. That fucking sounds bad out of context.
And they acted like I was like a pussy for not joining them. And I was like, you guys are fucked up.
Yeah. Sorry, I just don't feel like committing fucking bug genocide.
All the people that refused to kill caterpillars in elementary school, they're all well-rounded, upright citizens.
I love bugs, man. If someone fucking hurts a bug around me, I'm slitting their goddamn throat.
Listen, bugs are... I'm iffy about bugs, but I do feel bad if I slap a bug.
I value bug life over most humans these days, so that's my opinion on bugs.
You guys want to hear a funny story about something that happened with me with an ant?
Ooh, yes. Ants always have the best stories.
Okay, you're not going to like the story then.
What did you do to this ant?
So I was just chilling in my bed. I was playing, I think it was TF2. And all of a sudden, I feel something bite my ass. I scream, "Oh fuck," at the top of my lungs. I punch my bed where I felt the thing that bit me, and I saw a crushed ant on the bed.
You killed him with your ass.
No, I punched him really hard. That's what killed him.
Your thing cut out for me. I thought you said you sat.
Oh, no. I was sitting. The ant bit my ass. I screamed fuck, and then I punched it really hard.
Wow. And how does that make you feel? You feel like a big man now? Punching ants?
Shut up.
Fucking
I still feel bad about
His name is secretly Kyle, and he confused the bug with drywall. It was an innocent mistake anyone could have made.
Shit, man, I tell you, I think I should start charging the spiders that live in my room rent. Fuckers keep like webbing up all my clothes. So anyway, I like bugs a lot. They're freaking cool. I don't like killing them. I'm sorry. Bugs. I let them live in here. It's their space too, and they keep ants away. Like the pest bugs that will infest things. It's like, I'm not hurting them. It's the natural way of things, so I'm not gonna get in the middle of it.
Yeah, I prefer, like, if I see a spider like in the house, I prefer to just like let it outside.
Oh yeah, you
rather
can
than kill it.
I don't really care about them. Other people do, but I don't care if they live in my house, so long as they're not fucking webbing up my clothes. Jeremy!
Jeremy!
I can see it right here, too. It's fucking connected to my goddamn hoodie. I'll send you a picture. Pisses me off. But, yeah, no, I like them. My dream job has changed so many times. Like, it used to be astronaut, but nowadays it's like, I just really want to be a bug scientist. Just work with bugs all day.
Bugs.
Fucking, I love bugs. They're great. Dude, I don't need to explain myself. You just gotta fucking embrace bug.
Return to bug.
Return to bug. At the end of everyone's life cycle, that is what happens. We do return to bug.
Stack bugs on top of each other.
Return to crab.
Return to crab. I mean, technically, yeah, because crabs are a type of bug. They're fucking technically arachnids.
Cook the bug.
Boil the bug if you want to eat its meat. I saw something. I know this is how you do it and how you're supposed to, but it fucking pisses me off every time I watch it. It's people preparing spiders for a meal, like when they're making like the spider like snacks over in like Indonesia and shit. And like, in order to make sure that they retain their shape without breaking them, they drown them. And it just, every time I watch it, it just pisses me off so much. Like, they put him in like this like fucking like solution where it just like fucking drowns them. Which is weird because they don't even breathe. Spiders don't breathe. But, you know, I don't know what the fuck it is. But it kills them and they retain their shape and then they fry them up. It's like, you assholes.
They just lose their will to live.
Yeah. No, I hate it. I get that's how you do it.
Juice that kills you.
It basically is, but no, I watched it and it's just a whole thing of these like fucking like cuddly little tarantula buddies and they just fucking drown them. It's like, you bull. Ugh. Like, I get that's what you're supposed to do.
It's like it's hard because it's like, yeah, I might not be the biggest fan of like spiders or bugs or whatever, but at the same time, it's just like, don't torture them for no reason.
I mean, they're doing it to make food and stuff, which I understand and respect that, but I don't know. There's gotta be a better way than drowning them first. Or whatever the fuck it is they do. Because, like, they're alive when they come in, and it's like, wait 10 minutes, and then you pull it out, and it's like a limp noodle. It's like, what did you do to him? He was alive! What the fuck? It's like, no, I get why they do it, and I'm pretty sure it's good food and shit. Like, I like animals. I like octopuses a lot and shit, but, like, I have eaten calamari and shit before. I think they taste just as good as they look. But yeah, no, it's just, I don't know.
Anyway, this has been a nice bug tangent.
Yeah,
bug tangent.
I'm gonna trademark that. Fucking be nice to bugs, or I'll fucking kill you.
But what if the bugs kill you first?
So, I'll let them do that.
So at this point, I think we can wrap up today's show.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to Bold of You to Say. If you like today's episode, be sure to like, subscribe, share with a friend, whatever your platform allows. If you can like if you're listening on YouTube, leave a like, subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Leave a review if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or any app where you can leave a review. That would help us out a lot. If you're listening on YouTube, leave a comment with basically yelling at us if we said anything that you don't like, or if you have any suggestions for next week's episode, you can leave them down there. Sharing with a friend helps out a lot. Even if you personally didn't like today's episode, someone you know will, so share it with everyone that you know. Donate to our donation link down at the bottom of the description. It will serve you no good. You will get nothing out of it except for our gratification. If we decide to start selling merch like we mentioned before, then we will. I will retroactively put our merch link in the description. All right, Ian, do you have any final thoughts to leave the viewers with?
Well, I hope everyone that's been listening has a great day or night, and tell someone that if everything's good with them. Tell them you love them. Make sure you spread the love, especially
even if you don't love them. Even if it's not true, tell them anyway.
Even if you don't love them, walk up and give them a juicy kiss.
Tell a stranger you love them,
especially these trying times with COVID and all that shit.
Go up to
make sure you tell the people you love, tell them you love them, because that's important. And
go up
also
to a stranger's house, open their door, and tell them you love them, and then leave.
But
go door to door when they answer.
Salesman.
I love you.
Become the embodiment of lust and make them your slaves. Just do it. Do it.
Have sex with your neighbors.
Do it now, pussy.
Do everything now.
Anyways, just take care, everybody. It was an honor being on here. Very, very cool, epic swag.
Oh, yeah. Oh, before we go, I have one more bug fact for you.
Oh boy, bug fact time.
Spiders move based on hydraulic pressure.
I think I've heard of that. Yeah, they don't have a circulatory system. They're just filled with blood.
It's not blood. It's hemolymph. It's hemolymph, which is like pre-oxygenated blood. I'm getting too in depth with it. It's basically bug blood. I don't care. Point is, though, spiders basically walk on their boners. Enjoy your life.